Dear students, in our last class we were discussing on list. We have discussed few topics on it. What is a list? How to declare a list? How to access elements of the list? Some of the functions which works on the list, uh, operators on the list, and the list accessing list with an index, and also slices. All these topics we have discussed in our last class. We'll continue with it. Here we have a list of integers with the name t. Now we'll see how to access the elements from the last. So we already know, we have learned these topics in the string, how we can access the last element in the string using a negative index -1. So last but one -2, that is how we can access the strings from the last to first. In the similar way in the list also we can able to access the elements from the last using an index -1. So if we write -2, we can able to access the last but one element in the list. Suppose if you are accessing some element in the list which is not there, then it throws an index error. In this list, we have 4 elements. Suppose we try to access this index ends with 3. We try to access the element which is in the index 4. It throws an error because this is not there in the range. This index is not there. Then we can also work on an in operator on the list. So we know these are the 4 elements in the list: 12, 45, 67 and 89. If we are searching for any of these, suppose 45. Okay, 45 in T, the result will be true. In operator, the results will always be a boolean. I'll just give it some 50 in T, which is not there in it. It throws false. So using this in operator, we can able to access elements of the list using the for loop, or we can traverse through the list using a for loop. For num in T, print num. We can able to get all the elements in the list. So similarly, we can also access elements of the list using an index. How we can do that? Using the functions range and length function, we can able to write using a for loop. For I. Now I is not element, it will be an index. For I in range ln of t. So we are going to get the index every time into I. So using that index, we are going to get the elements of the list. Using this concept, we can able to modify the program using while. So that will be an assignment for you students. All of you should write the script to access elements in the list using a while loop. That will be our first question in the assignment. Now we will discuss how to what are the different methods work on the list. We know T is a list. Using a dir function, we can able to display all the methods which works on the list. So these are all the methods: append, clear, copy. All these are the methods which can work on a list. One by one we can able to work with. So we'll discuss. First we need to know the difference between the method and the function. So name of the function and parameter will be passed to the function. When we are writing a method, first we need to write the object name, then dot operator with the method. The object here is the T. T is the list which we created. It is an object. So with this, we can able to find the call the methods. So T dot, I'll write it sort. Obviously already the contents are in sorted. Let us not work with sort. We'll just work with some other functions. So before this, what we'll do here, you know that we have printed the elements of the list T. I just clear the things. T dot clear. So it clear the list. You can just display, you'll come to know there is nothing in the list. So we just create another list by attaching the elements in a haphazard so that we can work on sort. So this is the list which we created. We call the method sort. So now it has been sorted. Display will come to know it has been sorted. The other methods on the list, append. Append, you already know what is an append. Whatever the element or the things which you are reading, it will be attached to the end of the contents. Similarly, in the list, t.append, what is the content which we need to attach to the list will be allotted. So we'll attach more elements onto the things. Just display it. These are the contents which we have attached to the list. We have a method extend. What is this append and extend? Append, you are going to attach an element into the list. Extend, you are going to attach a list into the end of the list. Extend. Here the parameter should be a list. Sorry, set of square brackets. Any number of elements we can attach into the end of the list using an extend method. We'll just display it. These are the elements in the list. So even if you are attaching a single element using an extend, we're supposed to write within the set of square brackets, or else we have a list. It need not to be an integers alone. It can be a list of strings, float, any data type, or a mixed type. Anything can be there in the list. Suppose if this is my list which I have created, the name A. Now I just want to attach this. Instead we'll just do this. We'll attach T to the end of A. Before this, let me print A. See, this is the contents inside the list A. So now we'll attach T to the end of A and we'll just print it. These are the contents in the list A. Now we'll just see the other methods which we work on. So clear, append, we have worked, extend, insert. Okay, we'll just work with insert. How this insert method will work with? So insert, so don't get confused with the below things. So we'll use a method insert, the object dot insert. Before this, let us display what is T. So this is the elements of the T. I want to insert some element into which particular index and what is that element. So that is what we need to provide. T dot insert. So provide the index. Index is suppose 2. Index 2. I want to insert an element 10. So we have inserted to the index 2 the element 10. So the method reverse. Just reverse the contents of the list. So then, see, just a quick glance. Reverse is to reverse the content of the list. Sort is to sort the list. Insert to insert to a particular index. append to attach the element to the end of the list, extend to attach one or more elements in another list. So we need to write another list there in the extend. So we can use an index method that if we know any element, what is its index? So t dot index. I know what the element in the list, but I don't know what is its index. Suppose if I write 13, 13 is the element in the list. It is in the index 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. That is what it works. So these are the few methods which we discussed to insert an element into the list and to do some operations on it. Now we'll discuss the elements to delete the contents from the list. So there are some methods to delete the content from the list. So first we'll discuss on a pop method, t.pop. So pop method needs the index to be mentioned over there. That element will be taken out from the list and we can store that element in any variable or for our purpose. So we can use this pop method. So what I do, I'll just assign z will be stored with the element which we are going to pop. So in this example, I've not given any index. So then it will delete the last element in the list. We can just display what is z, that is the last element, that is 5. We can just display what is the elements in the t. These are the elements left out in the t. Suppose we know what index element to be deleted from the list. So we can just specify index 3. So just take out the third element. So 0, 1, 2, 3, that is 13. That value is 13. Index 3 element is 13. We can also use a remove. In this remove method, we need to know what element to be removed. In the pop, we need to know what index element to be removed. Here, what is the exact element to be removed? Suppose here I've given 3, so I could delete the content 13 from the list. Now if I give 3, it deletes the element 3 from the list. Just display what is t. And will not be able to store that element which we have deleted. In the pop, it stores the element which has been deleting from the list. But in the remove, it will not be storing the element which we remove from the list. Now we can use an operator. Del is an operator on the list. So this is a different way we are passing it now. So these were the methods. Pop, remove were the methods. Del is an operator. Del t. So we need to provide the index, which element to be deleted, or the entire list can be deleted, or a part of the things using a slicing we can delete. So we'll just give the index 4. It deletes the element which is in the fourth index. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 means 1 has to be deleted from our list. So we can also use this delete with the slices. So let me give 2:4. So now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So means from the index 2 till 1 less than this, that is 3. 2 element in 2 and 3 will be deleted. So we'll be getting the result, deleting those. Or I can delete the entire list, delete. So if I try to print now, because I've deleted it, we'll get an error. But in case of clear, the elements in the list have been deleted. The list was empty, but now the entire object has been deleted. There is no such object available. So we have some more topics that will be discussed in the next video. Thank you.